Okay, here we are. Hello, innocent. It's probably just going to be you and me. I'm sure everybody and their brother is live right now talking about Ernie and his comeback. But I got something to say, and this can't wait. So we'll go. I'll do a longer version tomorrow for sure. Count on it. Um, if it doesn't get deleted, because I have to wait until something is done before I can download it, and I got a feeling this might not be up for long. And I'm having really a lot of trouble with breathing lately, so. But hi, Eve. How are you, girlfriend? Okay, so yeah, this has been a shitty day for me online for sure. I guess in the absence of Ernie, I make a good target. I don't know, but there's sure a lot of people dogging me lately, including a creator lying to me about how she had no idea I was blocked. And then after I left, bragging about blocking me long ago. How lovely. Too bad some people just can't adult. Okay, so speaking of not being able to adult, yeah. Well, they were sure quick to run over and go after Ernie again, didn't they? But then he kind of disappointed him in his little 60-second appearance there. I hope he stays offline. I don't appreciate just talk for a couple minutes here before I get going. Yeah, I know you did. I know. I appreciate that. Innocent. Oh, yeah, Eve, we haven't caught up in a while. You thought I have thick skin? I'm getting there. Hey, crybaby, whore. Crybaby whore. I did have some people sticking up for me today, and I really appreciate that. People that know me and know I'm not the evil drama queen liar that everybody says. Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's get into this. The new Christian. Who do you think we're going to be talking about? So I did have Phoebe Australia send me a couple of emails and wanted to call a truce. Hey, Raindrop Loss, love you, girl. She wants me to stop talking about her. She won't talk about me, but PG is absolutely off limits. I'm not allowed to ever mention PG's name. Okay, the truce is over. Sorry, but yeah, isn't that funny? Kinda. I don't know. Projection for sure for some people. Okay, so this is made me so mad that I just can't take it. This is like the bottom of the barrel. Trash. I'll say it. Trash. I'm not even going to dignify her by calling her the C word because you know what? That's waste. That's a waste of a word here. So mention it all. Hey, Kathy. Good to see you. Mention it all. Yeah. Somebody just told me that. You keep saying you have information. Just spill it. Just spill it. So I did. I spilled something. And then I got beat all to hell, called all kinds of names. And so, that's the last thing I'm spilling. Yeah, I'll just keep you guys guessing. Hey, Jody. Welcome. Yeah, I've had a shitty day. And this just was the icing on the cake right here. So should we get right to it? Mention it all. I do not have thick skin, but you're right. And what is it? I don't know. Do they just want me to tell things I know so they can rip me apart or rip them apart? Or yeah, I guess it is. I guess they just want something to criticize. But anyway, Hey, Jess. Hey, Wisconsin Mom. Good to see you around again. Oh, you're going to love this. Okay. We all know Dee Dee, our dear Dee Dee, was such a pure-hearted person and a good friend. I mean, could anyone expect more from a friend? Dee Dee, she did everything for Candace. She really was. Oh, Kathy, the bus ride. That's hilarious. Listening while sorting Kanta? I don't know what that means, but okay. Where was I? I don't even remember now. Hey, Lurking! I don't even remember what I was saying. If I back it up. Oh, containers. Okay. I did laugh along. I was the go-between here and trying to sort things out during that whole thing and the bus ride. I don't think he was faking. And I'll probably take shit for that, but you know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's mine. And I'm giving it to you. Kathy has opinions too. Okay, so let's get back to Dee Dee. You know, she was such a good friend to Candace. She gave her place a safe place to stay. She was, a true friend to Candace. And I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Dee Dee until tonight. And this just takes the cake. This is the filthiest shit I've ever heard. So here we go. I hope.
How disgusting Don and Candace was. I could have, matter of fact, my mod in here, my mod was actually talking to Dee Dee. Dee Dee came over here into our chat. And one of my mods, actually Molly, was talking to her in this very chat. And I believe a few of you other ones were talking to her. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember Dee Dee coming over here. Because she came over here trying to defend Candace, talking about how she loved Candace and all of these things about Candace. And my mods, and I know for a fact, Molly definitely was telling her, Dee Dee, don't trust Candace. Dee Dee, you're going to see who and what Candace is. Dee Dee, we respect your feelings and how you want to feel. Right? Everybody's voice is welcomed here. Everybody's voice is welcomed here. And
listen to this. Yes, Kathy, exactly. But yeah, I had to turn my volume down. Listen to this. Everybody's opinion is welcome here. We just agree to disagree and go our separate ways at the end of the night. Okay, if that isn't a bunch of bullshit, put a lightning bolt in the chat if you're not blocked over there. That's what I thought.
We agree to disagree, hug it out at the end of the night. And this is what Molly was explaining to her.
Nobody want to hug you.
Molly was explaining, hey, if that's how you feel, that's your prerogative. But I'm telling you, they're dangerous. I'm telling you that, you're going to find out if you don't get away from them.
Oh, Lurky, come on. You're not blocked over there because you've never been over there in chat. Tell the truth.
She was trying to turn Dee Dee in the other direction. She was trying to, give her the heads up and warn her, but Dee Dee couldn't be warned. She couldn't be warned because she was, she became part of the turd pop suckers. She became part of the turd pop suckers. And she wanted to be a turd pop sucker too, along with them in order to get along with the turd pop suckers. And you have to be one to get along with them. I mean, they're not like this channel. They don't agree to disagree and hug it out at the end of the night. It's our way or the highway, baby. And she wanted to be over there with the turd pop suckers. So she had to, she had to fit in. So she had to be one too. And look where it got her. You want to know who I blame for Dee Dee? To be honest with you, who I truly blame? I blame the people out here who were supporting Don and Candace Wells. I blame White Boy, and I blame Day Days, and I blame Jinkies, and I blame these people who were sitting there supporting the Wells and had their chat supporting these evil beings, not caring for the safety of their chat. They had an obligation. We have an obligation to tell our chat to stay away from that evil people.
So, my obligation to my chat is to stay away from that fucking evil chat. There you go. There you go. I can't believe that fucking bitch is taking one of the nicest people on earth, poor Dee Dee, and calling her a turd pop sucker? What the fuck is your problem? The new Christian is so Christian-like. Okay. That's what I had to say. She is so vile. Well, her and Don, I absolutely, why do I have to play her? Because I know she's going to delete that. I'm fairly certain it's going to be deleted, so now everybody knows. I know. We should all have a friend like Dee Dee, honestly. And who wants PG as a friend? If she had any friends, she'd spend some time with them instead of being on YouTube every night. Yeah, I saw that. Well, she's not sleeping with Fred. She's not sleeping with West Virginia Peach. And she's not sleeping with Rap. So, I mean, she and Don have been together forever, right? And they're in a very codependent relationship. I imagine it would be very hard to, break up. I mean, that doesn't surprise me that they're still trying to work it out. I just figured, she'd be back there sooner or later. I honestly did. Rap, yeah, Rap. I know. Crazy. Did I miss somebody? She doesn't care. Yeah. Worse than your mother-in-law's. Kathy, you're hilarious. Where have you been? I did miss somebody. Couch surfer Guillermo. I don't know. We don't want to know. I think that's something that she made up. Yeah, so that's really all I have to say, you guys. Unless you want to talk about something. I mean, I'm sure I have more, but what else happened today? Huh. Yeah, that was fun. Ernie's bus ride. Ernie desperately needs help. Who else said they didn't think it was fake? No, I can't remember. I honestly don't. I don't think he was faking it. I think he tried to. I think he sounded to me like that lost kind of voice he has, like when he's in the, when he's in his little, having his little episodes. Yeah, I don't think he was trying to, I don't know, but yeah, people do. Yeah, I know a lot of people do. Episode voice. Yeah. Yes. It wasn't his normal voice. And, that little asshole, I tried calling him, telling him to afterwards, just quit doing that to your family. But I really, um, his 72-hour hold was up. They let him go. And I don't think he was in any condition to let go. But what are you going to do? Exactly. Lurking. I'm glad you agree with me. Yeah, he does have several different voices and personalities that are pretty distinct. And he sounded lost. He honestly did. He sounded lost. Just the ticket and the ticket's in his bag. The ticket was on his phone. So I don't know. I guess the first guy there objected to Ernie videoing him and decided to go after somebody that didn't look like she put up much of a fight at that bar. But yeah, I do think it was real. And I think, yeah, he's lying about it. He's lying about it, trying to cover that. Exactly. I agree with that. I do think that too. Yep. Um, yeah. Once he got off the bus and was walking for ways, dragging his bags and stuff, and he did that for a while, and then he started coming out of it. Got away from people. He doesn't do good surrounded by people because he is paranoid. So, especially in a closed vehicle with people, he doesn't do good. I think once he got out and away from people and was walking around, the paranoia subsided a little bit. I think he was embarrassed about that. And so then he tried to cover it up by, I was faking it. I was faking that. Yep. I was trying to, see what you guys would say, whatever. I know. I know. Yep. Anybody here disagree? You can disagree. People disagree with me all day today, so I'm used to it. Just don't call me a turd pop sucker, please. Whatever that is, turd pop sucker. Yeah, I think PG came up with that to describe either Trevor or Justin, actually. So that's been around for a long time. That's her pet name for you. Turd pop sucker. So if she does not delete this, we'll go over it tomorrow. Phoebe's welcome to come on panel. And I'm just fucking with you. Phoebe's gonna be mad. Pissing Phoebe off today. In her emails, she sounds very rational. And I just want to say, how can you condone that filth over there and those lies? It's just like a nest of vipers over there, isn't it? What was he carrying? He had two. I don't know. I know he does not have his I don't know, but his dildo bag, he's not carrying that with him. So I know he didn't have that. But I don't know. I'm surprised. I thought he just had that little carry-on. I was surprised when he actually got a bag out. Surprised while he was homeless on the streets there that nobody took that, aren't you? Yeah, he was at a shelter. But still, I don't know. It seems like a lot of things come up missing in those shelters. I don't know what happened. Remember, he was going to come back with an all-new interview, and then he wasn't even on. Maybe he's. I don't know. I don't want to say maybe he's really going to stay off YouTube this time because that I'd just be looking like a fool tomorrow. But anyway, we bloke. Hi, Yarn Lady. The Yarn Lady. Yes. He did look like he had some spanking new shiny boots today, didn't he? Yeah, that is. Did Daisy say that? I don't listen to Daisy. Oh. But yeah, I saw people saying that oh my god. Who knew there was a turd pop sucker emoji? Oh my god. I think you're right, Lurking. You're right. He is. I think you're right. He wasn't fully recovered enough to be coherent tonight. Although he didn't have he had a different voice than he did at the end of the last one. So it does seem like he is coming out of it a little bit, but I think you're right. I think that knocked the wind out of him. That's got to take a lot out of you there. And he probably will sleep pretty good tonight, wherever he lands. I hope he has a place to stay. And yeah, I know I'm going to get all kinds of shit for caring about him. It's funny, the people that hate him mock me for caring about him, and the people the tigers over there, think I'm too nasty to him. Can't win. I can't win. I'm either not mean enough or not nice enough, I guess. I don't know. I'm just me. Yeah, they're saying, exactly. Lurking, you're good. You're good. Oh yeah. Innocent, 100%. They're accusing Fred and Candace of conspiring to kill Dee Dee to get her inheritance. I've honest to God heard that. Just literally made up. I don't know, white boy oh, they're not grieving. They're not grieving. They didn't grieve at all. How the hell do you know? It's been what, 4 or 5 weeks ago that she passed away. They might have been grieving this whole entire time for all you know. Seriously? How can you talk about that? Oh, and she's spreading her legs. She's in his bed already. And Dee Dee isn't even cold in the ground. How do you know? Why is Candace's sex life such a fascination for him? I don't know. Whose channel? That would be Prayer Garden of America. The New Christian. Yep. Go right over there. Listen now. I'm sure she's going to delete it. What she usually does. Daisy said Can was on a phone call with her and she's seen a demon. Oh my God. Oh my God. Has Daisy ever been on the phone with Prayer Garden before? Now that I'd believe. I believe a demon coming. No, probably a demon wouldn't leave her, but the church lady? Yeah, that would be her. Yeah. Well, what can I say to that? I don't know. People seem to think they know how other people feel or what they're thinking or what they're doing, and they have no idea. And then I get yelled at for not having receipts. Are there any receipts? Do you have like pictures of her in bed with Fred, or everybody wants to know Dee Dee's last name? Hope to God nobody puts that out there, because white by, oh, Fred, I hope you know what you're getting. People are going to be digging into your family tree and bothering all your neighbors. And really, who would do that? Who would do that, white boy? Seriously, that's kind of sick. A guy who's just lost his beloved wife of many years, and people are going to go after him, and they are. They are. Well, that's true too. Yeah, she just put herself out there. But this she hasn't really. It's not PG saying all this first. I would like to blame her as well because she's dumb. And we'll come up with something like this. It's actually Daisy who's getting all this going. Oh, okay, not the true pop sucker thing, though. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yep. Oh my God. Well, I have no interest in listening to either one of them, so. I mean, yeah. She did, but she didn't really she did keep this on the down low. I mean, people were saying she was all over the place, remember? Living with Rap in a tent in Kingsport down by the river. That, she was in West Virginia. She was up with her mom in Wisconsin. Her mom's not in Wisconsin either. So this whole time she's been in Georgia with Dee Dee. People did not know. So Candace wasn't really putting that out there. I just think it's anything to dog on the Wells, honestly. Like they're dogging on, Sebastian's whole family, both sides. I don't know. And today on the panel that I, got attacked on earlier, I said I don't think that anybody is going to ever be punished for what happened to Summer. And I know that's not a popular opinion, but at this point, they're just if she is found, she's just going to be bones. If there's artifacts on the bones, broken bones, knife marks on the bones or something, which I hope there isn't, even if they could prove how she died, there's no possible way to prove who did it or who put her there. And as sad as that is, nobody's going to get charged there. There just isn't any way. How are you going to prove that Don and Candace killed her when you can't even, I mean, a lot of people still think she's alive. So, I mean, as sad as it is, and as unbelievable as it is. Oh, good night, Wisconsin Mama. Yeah, I know. I've had a cough too for a week now. Have a good night. She went back to Ernie's after all the BS he said about the Wells. Oh, Candace? Yeah. I didn't Daisy actually reported Candace to CPS, didn't she? Because I remember she had a picture of one of the boys at his birthday saying that is in the high chair, saying that his cheek was bruised. Remember? I can barely remember that. Way back at the beginning. Too many people use the Wells for content, in my opinion. Just like they do Ernie. I guess I gotta have something to talk about, but true crime? Nah, this ain't true crime. They're not doing true crime. And that's kind of sad. What's going on? We keep having to say my opinion. Mr. Kitty says, yes, I do know that Mr. Shaw actually was in Florida. And he got off the bus in Florida. If you remember the driver, yeah, he has been there. I do know that for a fact. And the bus driver announced the city in Florida that he got off the bus into. Yep, he is in Florida. Hi, Ted Thompson. Welcome. Glad to see you. Just about wrapping it up. I'm not sure you want to hear. Yes, yes, and Candace is not good at picking her friends, except for Dee Dee. And Nana for Life and a few people that actually cared about her. But I got a lot of people that befriended him on YouTube just to try to get the scoop. Don, Candy, they all did. They all went in on him. I don't know, thinking they were going to tell. How did they think they were going to tell them? I don't know. It's kind of sad. Yeah, that's true. And it's sad. I got some things coming up. I started this channel to bring out people that told misinformation to correct it, but I do want to get into some actual factuals. Signs and symbols. Get into some truth about that. I want to do something on Robert Pickton, a 2-part. And Cher's dad actually dated Robert Pickton's girlfriend before she went over to Robert Pickton. So maybe, I could get him on panel and talk about that. That's kind of interesting. If you don't know Robert Pickton, he's like killed 49 women that they know of in Canada. Had a pig farm, butchered them in the back, mostly Indigenous women. Recently was killed in prison by another inmate. I think he stuck a broom handle in his skull or something like that. It was just, he didn't really speak during it, Mr. Kitty. But yeah, at the end, he just filmed people and, then got off. They announced where they were pulling in 2 minutes, and then he got off the bus. Tried to get on another bus, didn't have a ticket, and then he got his luggage and walked off down the sidewalk. It was kind of disconcerting, actually. Okay. Daisy said Can was evil and not telling her the truth because she said that her mother did not head into the store on the 15th when Hunter and Summer was in the car. Her mother 100%, and no, I'm not going to prove it, but her mother was, I can guarantee you for a fact, in the store. So how would Daisy know that? How would Daisy have any idea about that? She's lying. Daisy's lying, I'll say it. Because that's not true. Candy and Candace were both in the store. That's fact. No way, Lori. Really? Wow, while that was going on? That's really interesting. I kind of want to do a 2-parter, and but I'm gonna have to learn how to make videos at that point. Because I kind of want to show how the area and how that, how that kind of set up the people around there in the situation that he could do something like that and get away with it for so long. I think the socioeconomic aspect of it is pretty interesting too. The whole thing is really interesting. And you know why? It's really weird that the people from Canada are covering that story because, I mean, stuff's still coming out in the news. There was just a big court case about it last week. I don't know why why they don't think that's fascinating. Yeah, it's just ridiculous Wow. That's fascinating, Lori. If you want to talk about it or have any information, email me. Justice for Rose at AOL.com. It's in my channel description. Well, all of a sudden it seems kind of trendy to bash Candace, right? Maybe Daisy had her doubts and then just was too far into it to find a way to come out of it gracefully. And now here's her chance. So she's going to, say that this is what made her change her mind right here, when really it isn't. So got to dig ourselves in there, right? I don't know. Now Ted, someone has said he receives a check that I do not have knowledge of. I do not know. He's been in a shelter, so I believe they feed him there. That's where he's been for a while. It's a pretty nice one too. Bus tickets, I would imagine family or friends would send him a bus ticket. I don't know. I don't know that. When they let him out of the hospital, did he have some money when he went in? I don't know. I don't know the answers to any of those questions. Sorry. Or I could just make up a good story if you want me to. I'm just being sarcastic because, yeah. I don't know. I don't have any knowledge of that. Oh, Yarn Lady. Yeah, they were dropping his cash up, weren't they? I forgot that. I don't listen to Daisy, and then I'd have to go over there. I might do that. You know what? I will. If PG deletes hers tonight and I can't download it, I'll download Daisy's. Is she doing it right now tonight? Or was it earlier today? Summer? What are we talking about? This happened a long time ago. Are you talking about Summer? Yeah. Absolutely. Well, Fred comes up with some new remembrance every other day. Still, I guess. I don't know. I don't watch Ziggy either. But, and Jody Sue's still coming up with stuff, so I don't know. You'd think the well would have run dry by now, wouldn't you? See what I did there? Wells. No, I didn't. That was just a mistake. That is absolutely correct. There's no evidence. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to go check it out. Yeah, the Green River Killer. Now that's a fascinating case too. Although you'd think you'd know everything about that, I guess, and that did go on for so long, and it was quite publicized. But, I read Anne Rule's book, The Green River Killer. I got to read that again because I've read it 2 or 3 times already. It gives a little story about each of the victims. And, a lot of them weren't prostitutes either. And every one of those girls had someone that loved them. They had family, children. They had people that, they weren't all prostitutes, but the majority of them were. And they had people that wanted them to stop. They had a place to stay. They had family that loved them. They didn't have to do that to live. But it's just sad. It really gives you a good insight into each person's situation and each victim. And the one girl, she was gorgeous. She's better looking than Marilyn Monroe. I'm not kidding. She's just a gorgeous girl. And she liked the money. She wouldn't stop because she left the money. And he killed her, and now her daughter is a hooker in that same area. Isn't that sad? It's just sad. I like the psychology aspect of it. That's what draws me to true crime is what are you thinking? What is the person thinking? Why are they doing what they're doing? So, I like the victim side as well as the killer side. Yeah, the Green River Killer or Picton. Yeah, Picton. He kept track. The Green River Killer, what's interesting about him too is that there was a long period of time in there where he didn't kill anybody while he was married. Happily married, had a job, and I can't remember all the details, but he went years and didn't kill anybody and then started again. And that's pretty unusual too for a serial killer. Usually, there's an escalation and they usually don't stop. Yeah, I would think that. Okay, Innocent, thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm almost done anyway. That's really all I had to. I was just incensed at Prayer Garden calling Dee Dee names. Just really bothered me. Yeah. Oh, Daisy wasn't the only one saying that. I've seen a couple other channels saying that too. Um, yeah, how do they know? And, she doesn't have a car. I don't see anything. Dee Dee let her drive her car. Dee Dee passed away. Now she can't drive her car anymore. I mean, try to think logically and not how it looks to you when you're trying to make something nefarious out of it. Dee Dee was a good friend to her and she had a safe place to stay. Oh, I don't know anything about that Diamonds, but I haven't heard good things there. Oh yeah, you're right, Ted. I think he gets medical assistance and stuff, I think, from that too. Medical treatment. Hopefully he's got his drugs with him. I don't know. I got my own problems, so I can't be too invested in anybody else's, but exactly. And it's really kind of disrespectful to Dee Dee, I think. These people that are talking about her talk about how nice Dee Dee is, but then do all this speculation. And this is exactly why they kept it secret and off YouTube. To prevent this, because they knew this was coming, right? Hi, Mind Seeing World. Welcome. Is it okay if I put the name of the channel in the chat? Sure. Yeah, I don't mind, yarn lady. Oh, I know. I wish it would. And I think a lot of people would be eating some crow at that point. It seems like people try to vilify their favorite subject on YouTube and in social media instead of looking at the facts. That's why I wanted people to come up and talk about how things fit in with the facts, the things that we know about that day. And so with the very, very short window of time there that something could have happened, I mean, there's not room for other people or other trips or people to be taken different places in that amount of time. There's just not. Doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, she's been there. Well, she was there when Don tried to run her down with a Subaru. She lived there then for a while. And then or she was in no, yeah, she was with Dee Dee then. And then yeah, she's been there a couple months anyway. When did Don beat Candace up? Because she passed away 4 or 5 weeks ago, I believe. So yeah, Candace has been there for quite a while. The reason you don't know is that is because people are lying about where she is this whole time. Well, you know what? I'm always behind the chat. That's just the way I roll. Didn't Candace move in with Dee Dee and Fred before she passed? Yes. 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 Quite a bit. Quite a ways before. Um, quite a while before she passed away, yes. And they're also saying that Candace that she died alone with Candace at her house. She was alone with Candace at the house when she died. But then this very same creator is saying that Fred was with Dee Dee in the hospital and Candace called and wanted him to come pick her up. So did she die in the hospital or did she die alone at home with Candace? Those are two stories coming from the same creator, which are mutually exclusive. So how do you figure that out? Okay, Diamonds Creations. Oh, that's the name of the channel. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm going to screenshot that real quick and then we'll keep going on. Yeah, her both stories exactly. I'm like, oh, okay. There, Todd, I got to you. One of my theories with Summer missing is the Wells may have suspected who took her. I really don't think anybody took her, Todd, but I'll talk about that again. We'll go over that again, and I'm going to have, an open panel or let people come up and talk about their theories. We can hammer some things out, maybe. Yeah, I don't think anybody took her. We'll talk about it. But I appreciate all of your insight and your thoughts. They're always very well thought out and very well spoken, Todd. Oh my God. Now, how would she know that? Was she on FaceTime with King Gang? Then Daisy should have called 911 then. CPR. So, in order to give somebody CPR, they have to not be breathing. You can't give CPR to someone that's breathing on their own. So, how is she still alive in the hospital then if she was dead at the house? Ain't making any sense, Daisy. Oh my Lord. Okay. Yeah, I think we all have multiple theories. Hopefully someday we'll know. I would really like to know. But, it might just be like John Bonet. I mean, like, we never really know. Look at there. They actually found the body right away, and I had a crime scene and everything, and still have no idea what happened. I have my theories there too. But, I mean, here they don't even have a crime scene or anything to work with, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I have to agree with you. I don't think anyone took her either. The thing is, I don't know, bitten by a snake. I don't know if you're bitten by a snake. Don't you have a little a quicker reaction? The dry drowning takes longer. It takes a longer amount of time, and you have vomiting and some different symptoms before that. That wouldn't happen that quickly from when they were at the swimming hole, and then she's at Sonic giggling at 2, and then looks like she's unconscious at 3:09. it wouldn't happen that fast. Although that, that is a theory. Something that people talk about, and, obviously something happened there, so I don't know. I'll dig a little more into that, but I don't believe that could happen that fast. Now, snake bite, I don't know that much about snake bites. I don't know. I was thinking maybe she hit her head on something there, or a closed head injury. I don't know. We'll talk about that later, though. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Yeah. Well, it's all clicks and views, right? Clicks and views. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks everybody for being here. Yeah, Ted, actually, yes. Was what Ziggy Valero said, and I honestly think that might be the case. I really do. I really do. But then what? So, okay. All right. Thanks everybody for being here. Just, wanted to do this quickly because it was making me sick that she would say that. I'm pretty sure she's going to delete that. I don't know how she could leave that up and have any subs left, but her subs lap that stuff up. So whatever. Love you guys. Love my mods. Love everybody. What is the day? Is it Wednesday today? Yes, it is Wednesday. Okay, so have a good rest of the week. And I'll see you, in a day or two. Talk to you later. Love you guys. Bye.